I am Lauren McKenna. I'm the principal of Holyoke High School North Campus.
I'm Nick. I'm a sophomore within Holyoke High School.
I'm Lex. I'm a junior in Holyoke High School.
I'm Kamelia. I'm also a junior here at Holyoke High School.
I'm Mikayla, and I'm also a junior here at Holyoke High School.
I'm Mike Cotto, and I'm the lead of High School Design at Holyoke High North Campus.
So Holyoke High School started a redesign process several years ago where there was a lot of different stakeholders who got involved and started to visit over 100 schools around the country. And what we really wanted to do was try to see what these schools were doing that was successful and think about what we wanted to bring back to our school. And I was a part of that committee. I loved it because I really feel like we needed to do some different things on this campus. And one of the things, some of the decisions that came out of that was, one, we needed to create some smaller learning communities within our school. We needed to increase the rigor and the critical thinking that students were doing in the classroom. And we wanted to find some way that there was multiple paths for students to take and really get them excited about coming to school, right? Because sometimes for students, going to school and excitement doesn't really go, but we wanted to find more and more ways that students felt excited about coming to school. And that's what ended up with our academy design and our academies and several of the paths that students can take. And Mike, if you want to talk about a couple of those, that would be great, some of our pathways.
Yeah, absolutely. So the redesign process has been all about increasing the relevance and purpose of the education experience for students, and the primary way we go about that is through our academy model. We have 3 academies here at the North Campus. That's the Engineering and Life Science Academy, the Community and Global Studies Academy, and the Performing and Media Arts Academy. These are academies that students enter into once they're in 10th grade. They apply based off of interest and what's relevant to them and what they hope to do post-high school. There's a lot of different pathways, as Mrs. McKenna said, in those academies. So we really feel like this structure offers students a little bit of everything that aligns with their goals and ambitions. So with that said, I'd love to hear from students. What academy are you in? Why did you select that academy? And what's it been like? Nick, we can start with you.
Of course, we start with the youngest. I joined the Engineering and Life Sciences Academy because since I graduated middle school, I've always wanted to do engineering. And so I went to Holyoke High School and not try to go to Dean. So far, this academy has helped me to focus in on what I want to do exactly, and I figured out I want to do aerospace engineering as my career.
That's great.
Excellent.
I'm in CGS, and I chose CGS because I want to give back to my community, so that is why after high school I will be going to college for finance and business to become my own broker for real estate, so I can give back to my community and hopefully give people their first keys to their first home.
Awesome.
My 10th grade year, I joined ELS, which is Engineering and Life Science, but it actually opened new paths for me, which required my interest. It helped me realize that I wasn't actually interested in engineering, although I was when coming into high school with the whole COVID and the pandemic era. It helped me realize more of what I want to do when I graduate, which is become a flight attendant. So I felt like it didn't bring me pros, but that require in the academy, but pros that I'll use outside of life.
I'm in the PMA Academy, and I chose it because I've always been interested in performing in media arts, like acting, singing, and I feel like within it, it's really brought me to be more comfortable with what I want to do, and I feel like so far it's just been such a good experience, especially with meeting new people and being able to do the things that you love with people that you make bonds with, and within performing for plays and musicals and this and that, just doing it with them, making memories. It's just really it's a really cool experience, especially in high school. I don't know, I just never would have thought it'd be this way, but it's good. I love it a lot.
What I appreciate about each of your experiences is some of you, it helped to narrow your focus. You knew what you wanted to do, but that helped you to narrow. Some it was like, yeah, this feels right. For some it was like, this let me know some opportunities, but this isn't what I want to do. And it's nice to find that out in high school and kind of see those things. Or just to kind of be able to live through your passion and meet people who have that similar passion. So I appreciate that it kind of gave you each a little different perspective. So that's great.
So what are some of those experiences that kind of honed your focus in some instances to be part of the academy or your post-secondary plans, and some of those experiences that maybe said it wasn't for you? Mikayla, we can go in reverse order if that's all right.
Okay. All right.
You got a break. You have to thank
the Lord.
Can you repeat the question real quick? Because I'm trying to think,
what sort of experiences in PMA have you really appreciated being a part of both the PMA Academy or even the community, Holyoke High School community at large?
I love. I already said this with the musicals, and obviously the plays too, but the musicals, it's such an. I wish you guys did this stuff. It's such an amazing experience. I can't explain it, especially because it was my first musical this year, West Side Story. It's you're so you're so close with everybody in the cast, and I really can't explain. It's just so it feels so comforting and so alive. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's it's really good. It's really good.
So Kamelia, you had kind of the maybe a little bit of the opposite experience where you got an ELS. It wasn't for you.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It made me realize that I don't want to be stuck in one place forever. I feel like that's where the traveling actually comes in. I don't want to settle down at a young age, and doing let's say for example, what are the town halls? When I did the town halls, it kind of made me realize that okay, when you commit to something a big profession that way, then that obligates you to settle down in an area, and I don't know, I want to live more of a free life after high school. Catch me in the Bahamas.
I will.
I think CGS, I picked it right because it helped me understand. I think when it comes to real estate, you have to really understand where you want to be a realtor or where you want to do your selling, because you have to understand the community, and the study of community and global studies really opened doors and really opened my eyes to understand communities better and the people around me better.
And like I said, I chose engineering because, I feel especially with the town halls, I feel like I've really come into it and just, understood, I really want to build, I want to design, I want to create, I want to be a visionary, I want to imagine where we could be and not where we are right now. And engineering is something that, that's what you do in your career.
Yeah, the town hall events are really exciting events where we get to give students authentic experience aligned with their academy and their interests.
Very authentic.
Very authentic. You got college students in here.
And it's a really exciting opportunity to I think make the learning relevant and give you a preview of what you can expect down the line should you choose to pursue a certain career, or maybe you want to go in a different direction. Part of the redesign, certainly aligning student interests with post-secondary ambitions, and town halls is one way we've done this. Are there any other opportunities or experiences you've had at the high school that have given you a preview of what's to come after high school?
Okay, so question. Does this involve things that stem from the high school? You learned about it in the high school and you decide to pursue it?
Absolutely.
Because I feel like Aspire is probably the best example of that, which you suggested I do. And I spent 5 weeks every Saturday going to UMass and learning about their science division. Spending time doing some experiments. It was great. It was a great learning opportunity.
What was your favorite experiment you did as part of that program?
It was probably the engineering experiment when we made 3D polygon objects.
Excellent. Very
awesome.
Cool.
It was very nice.
I think mine probably especially came hand in hand with the job of Boys and Girls Club. I was really more into my community, and I think CGS really showed me that your voice and politics and stuff like that. Just being your own voice really opens a lot of doors for you, and I think it's opened very much doors, like me, like winning the Youth of the Year for the city. And yeah, I just think like CGS has really taught me that my voice is really important.
One thing that's unique about the academies, I feel, and the pathways is the unique electives you get to take as part of each academy. And Lexan, you've been part of the Ethnic Studies and Leadership in Action class, which is specific to the CGS Academy. Has that helped facilitate your leadership ambitions and your community ambitions?
So yes, so then also yes, the electives of leadership, we also were the ones who planned the block party, which I feel like it let me know, like, in that elective, it's more or less the teacher giving us a lesson, more or less us doing the lesson ourselves, making our own lesson. So us going and planning the block party, advertising it, welcoming everybody in, serving everybody. It's just like I felt more connected with my community.
How did you feel when you were up in front of everyone with Mike? Were you nervous or did you feel ready? Or a combination?
Yeah, like we were talking about before, like I think it's just the first two steps that you get the jitters out, and it's like once I start talking, it's just I go with the flow. The butterflies go away.
Yeah, you owned it when you were when you were up there, so you did a really good job.
Well, the experience I picked doesn't really have to do much with my career, but I like the way it made me feel with giving back to my community. That time that we went out to the river and cleaned it, and we found like a lot of things that are more hidden but not in Holyoke, like let's say drug needles or stuff like that. It was an eye-opener to the type of community that we live in and things that we can do to help out our community so it's not that way anymore.
Yeah, that was our annual Source to Sea cleanup, which we partner with the Connecticut River Conservancy, and it's a great event. We've done every year on the weekend, and then this past year, thanks to Mrs. McKenna, we were able to get out there as a school field trip and really make a difference. This year was Springdale Park. We were able to get out and clean up the community, and that's a great event.
Yeah, it was really fun.
We've talked so much about the plays and the musicals, which you've absolutely rocked. So is there anything else, like any other experiences in PMA? But that seemed to cover a lot of bases.
I can say Western District.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know what that is, right? Western?
Competition.
Yeah. I think it was a really great experience for me, and especially everybody else who had done it, and getting the all-state rec, too. It was like, wow, my first year.
Can I just, sorry to interrupt, for folks who might not know what that is, could you just give some background?
Western District is, it's not really a competition, is it? It's just a performance with all of Western Mass, like from people from Western Mass. You audition, and then you get in, and then it's a choir. So you rehearse the songs, whatever, and then you end up doing one big performance. And then within that, it's like, after that's done, an all-state rec is like the whole state auditions for another performance. So it's even bigger. But you audition for that, get in, and that's the last bit of it. And I think at the end of it, someone is chosen to get a scholarship or something like that. I wouldn't really know because I didn't get into all-state, but I got a recommendation for it, so I auditioned, but I didn't get it. But yeah, I feel like that was a really good experience for me, going with Todd and some of my other choir mates, because it's like I feel like it's a big thing, and like being able to get used to like auditioning for something, like no matter what it is. It's kind of like, okay, like, so this is how things are gonna go, like for anything else I want to do in the future. Like, one thing I want to do is Juilliard. You know, they have auditions for whatever to get into their school, so that kind of just helped me get used to it. And
competing.
Yeah.
competing,
Everything's a
of course.
It's a
competition.
huge skill,
Definitely.
right? Like just to be
Everything's a
ready for that.
competition. You got to be prepared to fight for everybody, with everybody for your spot.
I appreciate that there's some commonalities, right, in some of the things that you shared, right, this experience of being able to experience something off of the campus, right, but also the things that you all shared is very much around, like, things that you did with a community of people from the campus, right, and that was part of that original work and redesign, and what I have to say, Mike has really done a great job of this year trying to build is really having these meaningful experiences, right, so that you're excited about what you're doing, and that becomes more meaningful in your high school career. So kudos to Mike Cotto for continuing that work and strengthening that work, right? It's good to have someone who's leading that work, and Mike's doing that.
One thing I think that's really exciting about redesign is that it really does take a village. And while I certainly appreciate the praise and the work that goes into that, there are so many people here at the high school that make this work happen, whether that's school counselors, administrators, myself, students, teachers. It really does take a village. And I think it embodies our motto that HHS does get it done together. And redesign's a big topic, a big process, and that's really the only way it works. So it's exciting to be a part of that. Mrs. McKenna, you mentioned about experiences that kind of start on campus but might lead off campus. And I think one thing we're proud of here is the work our advanced learning team does in terms of early college and dual enrollment, which gives students the opportunity to earn college credit while they're still in high school through a variety of classes that can align to academies and students' pathways. Kamelia, I know you have really rocked both the early college and the dual enrollment programs. Can you tell the folks who might not know exactly what that is and how it's helped you?
Well, the early college program, you can start it off your sophomore year here in high school with the early college class that English teachers actually give. I took it my sophomore year with Ms. Brazo, a wonderful teacher that we have here at school, which basically talks about the introduction and the expectations you should expect with taking a college class. So that was more of like a basics introduction class. Then this year I've taken more of HCC college classes with the Intro to Communications, Anthropology, and even with the team here that we have at the high school and the support that they give is amazing. But yeah, it's a struggle trying to balance everything out with your regular academic classes and your college classes, dual enrollment. But it definitely gives you more of like a state of mind where you know you can challenge yourself and take on those challenges.
I know you've been working so hard, and it's paying off for you, and that's just fantastic to see. Is that something you plan on continuing next year?
I do. I actually do. It's given me multiple credits with the 2 classes that I already took this year. They're 5 credits each, which is double what you would get with a regular class here. So yeah, it's a good experience too. You get to meet multiple people that work at the college, and you get different connections and resources.
And Lexan, do you have any big plans for your senior year when you're the big dog on campus?
Yeah, schedule's looking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I am taking HCC college class for Latinx studies, and I'm also going to be in the redesign internship with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you are an incoming freshman, I really do advise you to take a HEC Westfield Promise college course, because it's helping you further your knowledge in school.
Gives you benefits.
It gives you benefits, and it's also you're getting college credits while being in school.
Plus, it just gets you ready for college.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you're in high school. Like I know they say 8th grade, go into high school, but it's a really great opportunity to be ready for college.
With some supports, right? I
Yes.
think you named that. There's some really good supports here that help you get ready for that and keep you supported here, so that when there is that release and you go, you're ready for it, right? Mm-hmm. So.
I think that goes back to Mikayla and Kamelia, what you guys were saying about competition, right? It's a competitive world out there, and in early college, dual enrollment, internships can be a great way to get a leg up on the competition.
Yeah, helps
while
to look
you're
better.
in high school.
Yeah.
Nick, how about you? Any big plans for your junior year next year?
Well, I've taken HEC early college this year. I'll be taking intro to robotics, intro to astronomy next year for HEC.
That's great.
Taking basically all AP classes, save for Spanish too. So I'm going to have a very stacked year.
Busy man.
Yep.
Those Spanish teachers don't play.
Oh, I know.
No, they do not.
And Mikayla, big senior next year. What do you got in mind?
We out this.
I know. Let me stop. I'm not so ready to leave. But
I am. I'm ready.
I definitely want to, stay in my what I want to do or whatever for later. Then, I can't say I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like.
What are you most excited for in senior year? Is it an experience? Is it a class? What are you most excited for as you think about senior year next year?
A diploma. That's what I'm waiting for. Just hand it over.
I feel like I'm definitely ready to kind of get on top of my stuff and really grind.
Yeah.
I'm so ready to just work to what I want to do in the future, because I can pick between two. It's either performing arts or even going into the criminal justice.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really ready to get ready for that, because that's something that I really look forward to becoming in the future, detective or whatever. So I don't know. I'm just ready to do what I have to do to get what I want, for sure.
Good.
What advice would you guys give, and Lexan, you touched upon this with early college and dual enrollment, what advice would you give to incoming ninth graders for next year to be successful at Holyoke High School North Campus?
Don't slack. Don't, if you know that you have that stack of work, get it done, because you don't want another stack of work piling up on that. It's quick for you to fall behind. It's quick to see those A's drop to F, and it's hard to pick those F's back up. So just don't slack. Also, don't take on more than you feel like you can. Take the years by slow. It's going to go by quick, but the slower that you take it, the more opportunities you'll see come in.
Definitely. I feel like all that hard work would for sure pay off. Like she said, do not slack, man. I've been through it. It really does, and
it piles up.
It's not a good feeling at all, because once you get down there, it's oh, well, I'm already down here. There's no point in trying to get back up. But no, get back up. It's trust me, I'm here now, and I'm up for sure.
I would take it from experience. We didn't have our freshman year.
We didn't.
And it was a COVID year. We were all on computers. But
I still
as a person who did slack, I didn't open a Chromebook one time. I basically came into school with probably a 1.0 GPA. I probably had to work 10 times harder than anybody else to raise it up. And I'm telling you, as freshmen, if you work hard now, life's going to be a lot easier later on. It's either you take it easy now, work harder later, or just work hard now and take it easy later. I'm telling you, you want to rest when you're older, so
pick your battles wisely.
And don't take support for granted. If a teacher is there, ask for help. It's not when the generation now, it's not cool to be smart. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not cool to slack off. It's cool to be successful. I want to be successful. Don't make your own path.
Out the hood.
That might be a hashtag. It's not cool to slack. I like it, Lex. That might be our next hashtag.
It's not cool to slack. It's not cool to skip class. It's not cool to do this. yeah, it might be a laugh here and there, but it's going to come back at you. So I would really just take on high school and don't take it for granted, because
it goes by quick.
It goes by really fast.
We're going to figure out a way to make sure every ninth grader hears what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Because that's really, really good advice. Thanks. Nick, any words for
I just
ninth
say
grade?
try your best, make sure you're giving it your all, don't slack off, and make sure you take Spanish in your freshman year so you're not stuck with it in
Take
your
Spanish
junior
your freshman year.
Because coming
I
from someone
Ms.
who
Holbert is the best Spanish teacher.
coming from someone who did not have Spanish in their freshman year, I'm now stuck with it in my junior year. I could have taken AP Physics,
Spanish
but no.
still too. I'll take Spanish next year, but 4 years look better than 3.
Yeah.
I took Spanish 2 and then Spanish 3. So I'm telling you, yep.
Awesome wussies. I take Spanish 5 honors.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying it because of Spanish, I lost an opportunity in AP Physics for my junior year. Because that's what I would have taken, but I got 2 years in a language.
So get that language in early.
Get that language in early.
You guys mentioned some favorite teachers and some great supports you've had. I'd love it if we could just hear who are some of your favorite teachers you've had over the years at the high school, and why might that be the case?
You want me to start?
I don't know.
No, you can say.
Whoever wants.
I have so many, first off, but Mr. Todd and Miss Brunel. I know they're both my PMA teachers or whatever, but like, I gotta say, Miss Brunel, she took me in when I was a freshman, and we're online freshman year. But I was so passionate about, PMA and stuff that I reached out to her, and she was willing to just take me and let me attend their classes on Zoom. I feel like I really appreciate her for that, and like, after all these years, like, she's really been on top of me for my stuff, and she's very supportive, just as Mr. Todd, and very caring for me. I feel like she cares a lot about me, and not only about like me wanting to do performing arts and stuff, but also about like my school, what's it called?
Like your academic achievement.
Yes, that. Thank you. My academic achievement for sure. And Mr. Todd, wonderful teacher. He's very caring, loves his kids. They're both very supportive in many different ways, and I feel like that's done a lot for me in like succeeding what I have succeeded. I feel like without them, I just wouldn't be having like the amazing high school experience that I have right now, because me loving performing arts so much, they really like bring a lot out of it, and like bring my love for it like up here for sure. And I feel like they've taught me so much, they've taught me so well, and when it comes to my skills, my singing skills and my acting skills, I feel like I've improved so much because of them. They're amazing teachers. I love y'all. I do.
Well, I don't have favorites. No, I'm just kidding. I do. Definitely my Spanish teacher. Her name is Miss Holbert. I feel like it's more of like a Latina thing. She knows the things I'm capable of, and she just pushes me to the most limits that she can possibly reach. She pushes every button, but she just knows that I have it in there in me, and she's just trying to pursue that light that she sees, because that was definitely a class that I have slacked off, just because like, I'm bilingual, my primary language is Spanish, but no, she has taught me so many different skills that I didn't think I could be able would be possible to learn. Just because like I'm cocky about the fact that I speak Spanish, like there's definitely a more advanced level that you think is out there somewhere. So yeah, Miss Holbert.
Excellent.
I would say Miss Weber. Even though I was this year I was just getting to know Miss Weber, she is one of those teachers that I think every teacher should have, is to really build relationships with your students, to really understand their side of the story. She's a really good teacher, even if it doesn't even have to do with English, just a life teacher itself. She's just a really wonderful teacher to connect with and to talk to. Also, He's not a teacher, but he is a staff. Josh Dupree. He is an amazing guy. Cares for all the students, no matter how many times they go to BST, how many times they're in class. He's one of those people who are rock solid, and
he's funny.
He's funny.
He's funny.
And he'll look out for you, and he's just a really good guy.
I'd probably have to pick 3 teachers in particular who are standout for me, and that would be Mr. Chen, Mr. Slaney, and Mr. Cotto. Because I just think throughout my 2 years at Holyoke High, those two have kind of acted like a mentor to me. They've helped me through this experience. They've given me opportunities. They've pushed me to take other opportunities, and I don't think I would be as successful as I am right now without them.
There's a lot of commonalities in a lot of things you were saying, but another commonality that I noticed as you were speaking that I really appreciate is that you all selected people who you said pushed you to where they knew you could be. And that's really good to hear that's appreciated, because that's what we want, right? We really want you to, we can see you doing this, and we're going to push you till you get there. So it's good to hear that you appreciate that, and you see people doing that in this building. So it's good.
We'll make sure we send an email to those teachers to check out this podcast, because
Yes.
they're going to be thrilled to hear that.
Yeah.
It means a lot when you get that feedback as a teacher from your students. So thanks for sharing that, guys. I think we're going to move on to our final question, which is, what are we excited or looking forward to over our soon-to-be summer vacation? And anybody can start, whoever wants to jump in.
I'll start. I plan on traveling a lot this summer. I just got my passport, so I'll be visiting family in Colombia in August. And next week, I'll be leaving for Puerto Rico for 10 days. So, just a lot of traveling.
Excellent.
I'm looking forward to getting my car and my license. Ooh, child.
Oh, girl, it's going to feel great.
I know. I'm so ready. I'm taking my driving lessons right now. I already took driving school, taking my own roads, and I'm just so excited to just get that car, get my license, really be out. I'm an independent woman now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A lot of freedom.
Yeah, that's for sure.
A lot of freedom.
Now you go first.
Okay. Honestly, I think this is an experience for incoming freshmen. I think I slacked off a lot in school, so this summer is more or less training for football. I'm training, and I'm also taking a college class, the Bay Path opportunity that the school also did
That's awesome.
provide for us. Free $2,000. Come on, kids. Let's do it. So, yeah, I will be working, and I will be studying, and I will be playing sports.
We'll be working.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to hear about that course. It's a new partnership that we have with Bay Path. So this is the first time that we're having a course. It sounds awesome, so I'm excited to hear about it.
Yep.
I'm going to have a busy summer, so after we end school, I'll be going on a cruise in the beginning of July, head down south to the Caribbean. I'll be there for half of July. I come back, I'm going to have a college internship that pays $3,600. And then after that, I'm going to be training for the cross-country season, and that's probably about it.
Wow.
Very busy.
I don't get very much rest.
Well, it's great to hear the...
What are your
What
plans?
are you guys?
Yeah,
what are you guys
doing?
doing this summer?
I am actually right at the start of the summer. I am taking 2 weeks off in a row, which sounds scandalous in my brain because I've never done it, but I'm so excited. And I will be going to the Cape as well, a couple of trips to the Cape.
Nice.
And I'm going to read. I love to read. I don't get to read a whole lot during the school year because I work a lot. But I've already finished 2 books over Memorial Day weekend, so I'm going to see how many books I can get done over the
Girl,
summer.
show me your skills.
I love to read. We can trade off books.
Yes.
Any books on the lineup that you're looking forward to?
I have a pile at home. I love psychological thrillers, and so that's what I'm into right now. So that's the one I just read. So it's great.
I'll be spending a lot of quality time with the dog and barbecues and some day trips to the beach and whatever comes my way. Looking forward to it.
The summer dream.
That's right.
Summer dream.
Summer
Living
dream.
easy, right?
That's all you can ask for.
Bye.